at the beginning, it was all about me going to the golf course with my dad and just being able to spend time with him. And after that, I just started to fall in love with the game, mostly just because you didn't have to be big to play it. And that was a big thing for me because I was really small growing up. And I love just being able to put in all the hours of hard work knowing that it will pay off. And you could always see the getting better over time. And I love that.
And he started doing Taekwondo, and a month later he started out as a white belt. A month later he started as a yellow belt, and he passed testing. And he just announced, I'm gonna be a black belt. And I'm like, you go, dude, you can do whatever you want to in this life. And that became his passion early on. And we would go to Taekwondo every single day. And at the age of 7, he became a first degree decided black belt. And at that point, he had also played golf during that time. He had also played soccer during that time and t-ball. But once he became a black belt in Taekwondo, he just decided, hey, Dad, I want to play golf. And I'm like, we can do that. We can do that.
When I first started at Oakmont, I was told that there was a little kid here that was a pretty decent golfer and was down the range one day giving a lesson and saw this father over with his son who was probably about 3 feet tall at the time. He was 9 years old, and I'm looking down there and I'm watching this kid swing, and I thought that would be a great golf swing on an adult, let alone a 9-year-old kid. And so I made a point one day to walk down and introduce myself because I knew he was good, and just by watching him swing, but I had no idea how good he was at the time or how good he would become. And so that was my introduction, was just going up and introducing myself to him just to see who this kid was, and it's just been a blessing to me ever since, just getting to know him and watching him grow. It's been great.
I just love the hours of practicing. That's one thing. I enjoyed playing other sports, but I never wanted to practice them. And that's something I was lucky to find with the golf, where I had a passion for just coming out here and practicing. And I think that makes it better, and also the tournaments and everything, you can obviously enjoy that, but in the end, just finding a sport that you love day in and day out and not getting burned out on it, and knowing that you can always look forward to playing it at the end of the day after school or whenever. One thing for sure is my attitude and example I set for others. I realize just how blessed I am to be able to play the sport that I love just about every day. And I know that my parents have given up a lot for me to be able to do that. And I want to be able to touch other people's lives who maybe aren't as blessed, and just be able to inspire them in whatever way they want to be able to take it. Also, if I want to start a charity, I have no idea for what yet, but I just want to be able to help others that are much less fortunate than me.
He is a good kid all the way around. Just a gentleman on and off the golf course. And I've played with a lot of kids that are good players that let their tempers get the best of them. And having caddied for him last year for the first time, it was great I've played with him a lot and never seen him throw a club ever. But having caddied for him and getting to watch him get upset at himself because he knows he's better than the shot that he just hit, which wasn't very good at that particular time in the match. It was fun to watch him to literally flip a switch and turn it around. He took that anger and flipped it around the other direction. Most kids can't do that.
I used to get very upset over a bad shot, and I would let that carry on with me through the round. And I finally started realizing that, hey, there's nothing you can do about that. And you just need to focus on getting yourself out of what you put yourself into. And there's always a way. One thing I like to tell myself is that there is always a golf shot. You just have to find what it is and find the best one and go from there. I'm very proud of the fact that I can look at a golf shot and I can see different ways to hit it. Not only just from the middle of the fairway, but also it helps me whenever I'm in trouble trying to, you have the obvious punch-out shot, but then you can also find the thread in between the trees. Even though you don't always end up hitting that golf shot, I can still see and I can give myself that option of it. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the creativity part of my game is a big strength in everything I do. Not quite as simple as the last shot, just due to the fact of how the green's sloping away from me right now. And this green's normally one of the fastest greens at Oakmont, it just always has been. So for this one, I'm just gonna try to put a little bit of spin on it and land it softer. Still carry it about front to middle on the green and just let it release off to the right from there. From right here, it's 31 yards, and my play will be to just carry it on the top of the slope right there, and from there it should bounce forward a little bit and then funnel down towards the hole. So pretty flat pitch shot, not a lot to it. Just gotta make sure you hit your limit target.
Holy koala.
Right here, have a little bit of an uphill lie, so amount of green to work with, but it's really just a straightforward, land it softly on the middle to front part of the green and just let it release from there. That one I caught it a little low on the face, so it carried farther than I wanted to, but it ended up spinning more. So outcome would hopefully be the same for either shot. This one, it just worked out for me because of it. I want to qualify for the USAM again. I definitely want to make it further than I did last year. The round of 64 was amazing, especially since I didn't really have any expectations going in, but the way it ended wasn't exactly how I wanted to, losing on the 21st hole, leaving a putt right on the edge to continue the match. That still never sits well in your mind, no matter how good you play besides that. And I just want to give myself another chance at doing better. One of a personal goal of mine that is a goal for every tournament is to go in and commit to each golf shot and to try to hit each golf shot to the best of your ability. And I feel like if I can do that and hold myself to that, then a lot of tournaments tend to take care of themselves. As I don't know if that's the way you want to put it, but I feel like by doing that, I play my best golf day after day, and that's just a personal goal that I'll hold myself to. I definitely want to go back to the U.S. Junior, and I think I will. I want to definitely make it past the round of 16 and give myself a shot at winning it this year. And just give myself an opportunity to win each tournament I play in. And that's something that's very hard to ask for in golf, but I've been putting in work, and I would like to think that it would give myself the best opportunity to.
He comes out, he practices, he's got a routine that he goes through, he's very focused and says, I gotta work on short game, I gotta do this. It's not just going out and banging balls the whole time. He actually has a purpose to his practice, and I think that that's what's the most admirable thing about him. Well, number one, he can beat me, so clearly I can learn from him, and he does. He makes me better, and whether I could beat him or not, he's a great kid. His parents did a fantastic job of raising him, and I just enjoy being around me. Plus, he gives me music tips to try to keep me cool.
The grinding each day. You give up a lot trying to play at this level in any sport, no matter what it is. And just the hours of grinding, even though you're doing the same thing virtually every time, just the little bit of mental strength that goes into being able to say, you know, I am doing similar stuff every time, maybe not exactly the same, but this will all pay off in the long run, and you just have to remember that. Even if you're not seeing improvement every day, there is a little bit of improvement there from all the hard work you're putting in.